I'm James Morrow here, joined by Lisa Goddard from Adoni Media and associate editor at the Australian newspaper, Graham Lloyd. Well, guys, blockade Australia. I don't really know what to say about these chuckleheads, except they're causing an awful lot of problems around the Newcastle Hunter area. They're making life miserable for people up there. They're putting other people's lives at risk. They're putting the local economy at risk, all because they think that they've got the moral high ground on climate change, and they're saying they're going to keep it going. Have a listen to this.
Australia sucks. I mean, the continent itself, whatever you want to call that continent, is a very beautiful place. But it's built on extraction. It's built on stolen land. The nation state is built on stolen land. We export nothing but coal, weapons, and misery.
Lisa, this is so good. They've tied the whole thing up in a big bow. It's not just climate change. It's Australia sucks. It's stolen land. Who is advising them on their PR here?
Yeah, they've got every possible complaint you could have on the checklist and tick, 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 tick. Look, I don't know. I look at these Extinction Rebellion people who are out there supergluing themselves to the roads or buildings, or I have the thought that, look, you just need to leave them there. Like, if we just started to turn our back for a bit, apart from the traffic chaos it causes, but if you weren't there to rip them off the floor and get them out to safety, and you just left them, how long would they actually be committed to the cause and stay there? And my second point, James, everything that these people are wearing somehow comes from petrochemicals. They're not out there in a bark cloth. They're out there in clothing, carrying placards, using rope, etc. All come from petrochemicals. It makes no sense. And all they're doing, 200 odd trains have been disrupted because of this.
Yeah.
All of the people who are wanting to go out there, get to health appointments, get to jobs, keep this economy going, they're the people that they're interfering with. They're the people they're impacting. And then they go through the courts, and this one bloke got $750 as a fine. So they've got the legislation there. They need to start punishing these people, because if there's a real deterrent and they are faced with 2 years jail or a $22,000 fine, perhaps they won't be out there impacting people who are out just trying to get on with their life.
Well, perfectly well said. I mean, it's not just their clothes, it's also these phones that they use to broadcast this idiocy. Mm-hmm. I mean, Graham Lloyd, this is just a huge failure of the system that, I mean, Lisa said leave them there. I quite like the European videos, which I watch all the time when they pop up on my Twitter feed, of people just getting out of their cars and yanking people off the side of the road and throwing them on the side of the road and just driving through. What is it going to take to get the judicial system to take seriously their role to protect, not just lives, but also our commerce, our industry, our economy?
Well, I think it's a terrific thing to have people like this explain on camera exactly what they're doing and what they really think, because you can see that it's a real spaghetti junction going on there in their head, a whole confused mix of nonsense. You get to the point of the protests, and it really is the same old anti-capitalist rhetoric about we want to find the choke point and close the place down, and then somehow everybody's going to be happy and better, which is a load of absolute nonsense. So they need to be exposed, and you're right, the courts really need to err on the side of people going about their business and not being unnecessarily interrupted.
Absolutely. Now, we've only got a minute left here. Lisa Goddard, consequences, bingo. Big week coming up. Lisa Goddard, first to you. What is your big, bold prediction for the week to come, Lisa?
I think the civil libertarians will jump all over the LNP for their adult crime. You do the adult time policy that came out on the weekend.
Well, that's a big one there. Graham Lloyd, where do you reckon we're going to go? A domestic prediction or an international one?
Well, domestically, I think the problems for the government are getting worse, not better. And what we were discussing in terms of election timing and how to manage all the disobedience that's being portrayed isn't going anywhere fast.
Quick one-word answer from you. Does Joe Biden go to the election, or does he quit, Lisa?
He has to quit. He has to quit. Please, he has to quit. He's the leader of the free world at the minute, and that's just frightening. Graham,
your thoughts? Real quick, question without notice.
Yep, I think he stumbles and doesn't make it.
That's right. That's a unanimous. All three of us here. Lisa Goddard, Graham Lloyd, thank you so much for joining me tonight.